Hey there, Sandy Freschi here, back with another video. Today I want to fill you in on some of the details of the Saturn Medicine Workshop series that I'm doing starting this Saturday at the time of this recording, Saturday, July 16th. 2022 and there are lots of little moving parts to this series, and I just want to fill you in so that you understand and get a good idea of where you may want to jump in on this. So first of all, we're going to be looking at the theme of Saturn as it's understood through astrology and human design in this series of workshops. And we're going to first talk about how Saturn can be your medicine. Now, if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I refer to Saturn, Saturn is a planetary placement in your astrological chart and your human design chart that can point to themes around what you need to do in order to get grounded in the kind of support that you need in order to be successful, in order to be in a place where you are empowered by the responsibility that you take. It is also known in a more archaic understanding of the astrological meaning of Saturn as a taskmaster, as a disciplinarian, as the energy that makes you put your nose to the grindstone until you actually learn it or get it. And that can be seen as very negative. You can feel like you're a victim to it. And that's not what the energy moving into, as we move into an upgraded version of our human experience here on planet Earth, it's not really what the energy is meant for or how it can fully support us. So this is what we're going to be examining. Now, there are various different ways that you can participate. And one of the ways that you can participate is just by coming on the live streams on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. And you can participate in the chat and whatever. And we will be broadcasting some of the general information about what we're going to be covering during the individual times that we have together, the individual live streams. We'll be broadcasting that for about the first 30 minutes to the public. Now, if you want to go a little deeper and really come in and get support around using the themes of Saturn as your own medicine, integrating that medicine into your being, then I invite you to check out the paid version of this series, where you can join us on Zoom for both the public live stream part and once we turn off the cameras from the public live stream, we will be in our own container together where we can explore these themes that were discussed publicly in a private setting. So if that appeals to you, I'm going to leave a link where you can read more about it, get more details about how you can sign up. I've made it very affordable for the entire series. If you can't make it live, you'll also get the recordings for the public and the private portions of this workshop series made available to you so that you can review them at your own leisure, on your own time. Now, this is all leading into another extension of the Saturn themes that will benefit a few of you, hopefully more than just a few, but those of you, especially women at this time, who are between the ages of like 57 to 62, the second Saturn return people, the people who are going through this shift into I like to call it like the third trimester of life, the third phase of life, where a lot of the themes and the energies and the ways that we supported ourselves, felt supported, got our support, received our support, are starting to shift and change. So there's an opportunity for those of you who are in this second Saturn return phase to actually join and join us for a continued discussion into the next month. Private discussion, private cohort group, as I'd like to call it, where we can come together and talk about themes that are specific to second Saturn return, the themes of the second Saturn return, and how that is so pivotal for us. I'm in it as well at this moment, in this time in history, and how we can reinvent ourselves moving forward, reground ourselves into firm footing as we move forward into the evolution of our new era. So we're going to start in the first workshop with just talking about what the Saturn themes mean, what the astrological and human design Saturn themes are, and you'll have opportunities to explore and examine how Saturn retrograde in Aquarius right now is affecting you, is impacting you. And as we move into the private portion of the workshop, we will even open up more deeply to how you are navigating these planetary themes of Saturn, and how you are integrating and living that in your personal life. And we're going to pull out and excavate those things that are going to empower your footing in working with your own Saturn themes, in working with your own individual relationship with Saturn. So that's the first one. The second one is, I'm looking over here on my screen. And so I remember the different workshop themes. In the second one, we're really going to talk about where to find Saturn in your human design chart. For those of you who are astrologers, I invite you on. I'm an armchair astrologer, so a lot of what I'm going to talk about in terms of astrology is going to be taken back to human design. So we're going to talk about how to understand your specific Saturn themes in your human design chart, in astrology, and in our public portion, we're just going to talk about how you can begin to explore your personal Saturn themes more deeply, with what resources you can use, how human design looks at your Saturn in your human design chart, and perhaps we'll even look at some of the astrological ways, the ways that you can look at your astrology chart to understand what you're working with in terms of your personal Saturn themes. And then we'll go private again, for those of you who are joining us for the private portion of the series, and we'll go into our private Zoom room and really examine your personal Saturn themes in your charts. And I'm going to attempt to run charts. If you have your chart, bring it, and then I won't have to run it. And that will give you even more food and fuel and support in examining your relationship to these more general themes of Saturn, in working with what your challenges are related to Saturn, and how you can come out with a deeper, more empowered relationship with your themes of Saturn. And then in the third workshop, we are going to talk about what to expect during your Saturn return. So whether you're in your first Saturn return, you're in that age range between 28 to 32, 27 to 32, somewhere in there, or in your second Saturn return of the 57, 58 to 62 range, we're going to talk about those themes of your Saturn return. what you can begin to focus upon if you're in your Saturn return, how you can perhaps prepare or be prepared for this shift in your life, and what the significance of the Saturn returns are. We're also going to talk about the differences between the two Saturn returns, the first Saturn return and the second Saturn return. So those of you who are younger, you'll get kind of primed for what to expect in the future, and have some information about how to get grounded in where you are in your first Saturn return. And for those of you who are older and in the second Saturn return, you will have an overview of information that you can begin to look at and examine and explore to show you or to illuminate how you've gotten to where you are at your second Saturn return. And that will give you even a firmer foundation moving forward into your second Saturn return. And then we're going to turn the public live stream off again, and we're really going to dig into those themes. And of course, if you came to the second workshop, we're going to build upon what you experienced, what you explored in the second workshop of your personal Saturn theme. We're going to go a little deeper. And then for those of you who are joining us for the second Saturn return extension of this workshop, this is just going to be preparation for you as we move deeper into our cohort and into our connection of gaining support and deeper illumination for where your path is leading you, and how you want and envision your path opening up into this third phase of your life. So I'll leave the link below for those of you who are interested in learning more about how to join the private portion of this workshop. For those of you who just want to come for the free portion, you are welcome to subscribe to my channel and get my updates, and also get reminders. Go to my live stream portion on my page and get the reminders for when these workshops are happening on the live stream. So hope to see you starting July 16th for this Saturn Medicine series. And of course, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And I will do my best to answer as many as possible about how this workshop series is going to go. Or if you have specific questions about Saturn that you would like to have me kind of look at or examine or cover during this series, please also put them in the comments, and I will do my best to work those into what's already coming to me that I feel needs to be shared. So thank you so much for joining me, and again, I hope to see you for this series, and I am so excited to bring Saturn medicine to you through this this whole experience in July. So until the next time, be well.